Hey man, welcome to the Throwdown Man episode 193. I'm your host Ben Brandon from the block. Everyone to call me man. Here with another episode. Hey man, for all the TikTok users, welcome in. YouTube, y'all know who y'all are. We on in the new software. So yeah, we moving this stream to TikTok. Oh yeah, there's a lot of things that have been going on for basketball, and we had some breaking news for football as well. We're gonna get straight into that. Yo, OJ, what's going on, bro?
What's going on, man? It's been a little bit. It's good to see you guys, man. It's always nice chopping it up with y'all.
For sure, for sure. Yo, bro, what's going on?
Hey, nothing much. I mean, first time with the new setup. Obviously, RP StreamYard, but dude, there's been some crazy news. I mean, we're gonna talk about the Ramsey trade, NBA free agency, but even then, like WNBA expansion and even some new college expansion as well. Especially knowing that today, July 1st, is the quote unquote official start of the new athletic season. It's going to be real. Also, obviously they're probably not going to be watching this, but to any viewers out here who have a plebe at US at the United States Naval Academy of Annapolis, good luck to them because they report today for plebe year.
Mm, for sure, for sure. Yo, D man, what's going on?
Ain't that much, man. Hey, salute TikTok out there, man. Salute the world. Salute, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in, showing us some love, man. And it's been great to talk some basketball, bro. I'm excited, man. There's a lot of moves going on.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
man. There's a lot of moves going on, man.
oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Before we get to the basketball, though, I just want to get this football out the way. Jalen Ramsey is now a Pittsburgh Steeler, and I think they gave up Minka, Jonnu Smith, and I think a pick. I don't know. I forgot what it was.
Well, no, John went to Pittsburgh with Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah, right. It was Ramsey, Jonnu Smith, and then
And then a seventh round pick in exchange for Minka and a fifth round. But not
okay,
next year. 2027 are both the years for the picks.
okay. I just want to hear y'all. Who y'all think won the trade, and what's your thoughts about it?
So I'll go first. So to me, I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are assembling the geriatrics Avengers. Um, bro, that's the only thing I can think of, bro. Like, I'm not excited, bro. I'm not excited at all. Like, Jalen Ramsey, bro, he showed just enough. He showed just enough last year to where it's like, all right, man, this dude still got some dog in him. He's still a good playmaker. But Jalen Ramsey cannot consistently lock up receivers like he used to back in the day. And that's what Miami paid him for. It's just, but again, it's father times undefeated. I'm not saying Jalen Ramsey's falling off a cliff, but do their secondary get better with the addition of Ramsey and the minus Minka? I'm not sure. I don't think that it does, bro. I really don't. And so overall, Johnu Smith, I mean, whatever. Aaron Rodgers doesn't like to throw to tight ends, so do we expect anything different from a 50-year-old? So I don't know, man. Overall, to me, the moves that they're making, at least they're trying. It is what it is, but I'm not excited the least bit at all.
It's tough. Go ahead, bro.
I mean, it's kind of a crazy trade. We all expected at some point last year that Jalen Ramsey was going to get traded. I mean, he showed a little bit of potential that he still got some tank or some
Stop.
gas left in the fuel tank, but I mean, just trading away Jalen Ramsey, who's near the back end of his career. Granted, Minka's only about 2 years younger than him, but even then, Minka, while we have praised him for being like a top five safety, he hasn't performed that well the last couple years. Even though it's hilarious that it's a full circle moment for Minka because, 2018 drafted by the Dolphins, 2019 traded to the Steelers, and now in 2025 traded back to the Dolphins. But, I mean, Pittsburgh's going to Pittsburgh. We already know what it's going to happen. I mean, their offense stinks. They added in DK Metcalf. They got rid of George Pickens. And then you have Jonnu Smith, who had his quote-unquote breakout year last year as a tight end. But, I mean, their offense stinks. They rely on their defense. And kind of like what OJ was saying, did their secondary get better by adding Jalen Ramsey and letting go of Minka? Not necessarily. It kind of somewhat stayed the same in that, like, average-esque secondary as a whole. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens when Pittsburgh Steelers, while on paper they should go probably like 7-10, 8-9, they'll probably end up going 10-7 just to get blown out in the wild card by a team like the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, it's crazy. Go ahead, D-Man.
I mean, man, I'm just glad my Falcons ain't fall for the bait because they was just all talking about Ramsey going to Atlanta. Ramsey, I'm like, man, hey, he's still physical. He's still, above average cover. I feel like a BB. But at the same time, it's just that, how much do he still want to, endure that? Yeah, and I feel like he just for the money right now. He one of them guys that's go do enough to get paid. Man, if he don't win, he don't win. You know what I'm saying? Did he win with the Rams when the Rams won?
He did.
Was he on that team? So yeah, he's set. So you gotta look at it like this. He still gonna be in the playoff probably. Another chance to get a little bonus. So it's a money thing for him, man. He's still physical, so he in the right team for his physicality. But outside of that, it's just gonna be one and done in the playoff game, bro.
Let's see how that Steelers schedule plays out.
Some reason they always figure out how to make it to the playoff. I don't even look at their schedule no more. They just figure out how to make it to the playoff, and they don't do that now. After that.
So it's Jets, Seahawks at the Jets, Seahawks at the Patriots, Vikings in Ireland, host the Browns, at the Bengals, host the Packers, host the Colts, at the Chargers, host the Bengals, at the Bears, host the Bills, talk about a bad 2-week stretch there. For November heading into December, where they host the Bills and then they're in Baltimore against the Ravens, host the Dolphins in Detroit, in Cleveland, and then host the Ravens.
Yeah. I might take that playoff talk back. They might not make it. They might not make it this time, but it might be a little drought where they don't make it at all. And they supposedly on paper it looked good. When you look at the DBs, it looked good. Slade.
Yeah, those last 6 games. Those last 6 games playing in Detroit, Baltimore twice, and Buffalo.
Yeah. I might have to take that back. Playoff might not be there this year.
Nah, for sure. But man, let's move on. I still think the Steelers will still be second in the division. I got them over the Bengals. I got them over the Bengals.
Oh,
I do. I got them over. Steelers go find a way to. The Steelers will go find a way, bro, to manage to go get to be over the Bengals.
Brother, if Joe Burrow stays healthy for the entire season, that is not going to happen.
And even if he is healthy, what they do on defense? Do they get better on defense?
Who?
That's the problem.
The Bengals?
Like Joe going
crazy.
crazy.
The offense plays enough to it. They could just outscore teams. That's what they were doing in the second half of the year. They just gotta. To me, their biggest thing, they gotta start quick, bro. They're notorious.
They
gotta start quick, man.
Right. Slow start killing.
But it's funny how the Steelers and the Bengals are polar opposites, because when you look at Cincy, they have a pretty good offense. I'm not going to say it's great, and then their defense stinks. And then Steelers, once again, used to be great. Now it's more down towards pretty good defense, and their offense stinks.
Right, for sure.
Literal polar opposites of each other.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right, man. Let's get into this basketball, bro. Oh man, there's been a lot of moves going around lately. We didn't talk about it on the show, but well, I was going to ask this: who y'all think winning free agency so far, or the off season? Who y'all think winning the off season?
Houston, and then my house.
Sure.
Houston, then my house, man. That's why my house.
How about you thinking what your house did right now over the Nuggets?
Over who?
Denver.
Yeah. I think because of where we at, we're on the East. So did Denver really get better? Did they really get better over there?
With all the moves that they've been making, are we not going to throw Phoenix's hat in the ring?
But the West still deep though. That's
it is. It is.
Hey, but I'm over here on the East. I ain't got to worry about Indiana now. I ain't got to worry about Boston. I ain't what? You know what I'm saying? They out the way. I just got to worry about Orlando, Maybe
You
Chicago.
you, you know when I'm gonna. It's Chicago.
Hey,
I gotta
everybody give
worry
Orlando
about
height. Everybody give Orlando height. So I'm
90s
just.
anymore, cause and you know what I'm gonna say. The Hawks are an Atlanta franchise. Don't be saying I don't gotta worry about nothing, because then that
Wait, who did the hold on? Did I miss something? Who did Atlanta pick up?
Porzingis, we got what's the Leonard Kendall Leonard, the shooter. We got the other boy
Do
from
they do they
Timberwolves.
still have do they still have that frail
Y'all got that
dude with
Walker
the thinning
dude. Y'all got
hair?
that Walker dude from
Like, do
Minnesota.
they still have him?
Oh, it's my Trey Young.
Yeah, yeah, him. Oh, he's still playing over there.
Yeah, we straight, man. We go. Hey,
I'll mess
we'll
with
put
you,
our
man.
team now, man.
I'll mess with you, but I'll be honest with you, man. I'm a big proponent, and I've said this over the years that it's very difficult to win a championship when your best player is a small guard that cannot defend. Now, the exception to that obviously would be like Stephen Curry, obviously, but again, he just happened to be the greatest shooter of all time, and he had
Mhm.
Klay Thompson to mask some of that defensive liability. And again, you see that with Jalen Brunson, you see that with Kyrie Irving, you see that
Yeah,
with
I'm
Donovan
glad you
Mitchell.
said it though. But we
Right?
got defenders. We got a lot of wing
yeah.
guys.
But
Yeah, it got a lot of wing guys around Trey, so it ain't he ain't the focus
But
point on
speaking
defense as
of
much.
Trey Young, no wonder why we call him Ice Trey, because outside of playing the Knicks in the playoffs, he is frozen in big time.
Damn,
Okay,
damn.
okay. He sound like
Shots
he in my
fired.
division, so he's like he a Heat fan, bro.
I'm a fucking Sixers fan, dog.
Okay, that would make sense. It was one of them.
Yeah, but I will say this to answer the question. I definitely think Houston number one for
Mhm.
sure by far. They won. First of all, they got the best available player so far.
Yeah.
And number two, the fact that they got rid of Jalen Green, and again, I haven't said this on here, but among my friend groups and group chats and stuff, I'm not a fan of Jalen Green. I've seen him actually play in real life. To me, his work ethic, his attitude, he's just one of these guys. He's not suitable to be the centerpiece of a franchise. He's just not, bro. To me, he's like Andrew Wiggins. There are some cats they're happy with being a celebrity, they're happy with being a millionaire, they're happy to be in the NBA, but they don't have that crazy work ethic and the leadership and maturity to build your franchise around. And he's not that guy. And by the way, they don't trade him without Email Doku's blessing and endorsement. So he's like, and clearly he's seen enough to where it's like, nah, bro, you're not it. So not only did they get KD, but they got rid of someone that in my assessment, bro, he's not it in terms of building your franchise around. I will say this is the last thing I'll say as far as the Rockets, bro. Um, I don't think it's you got to win or it's a bust, but I think you have to at least make it to the Western Conference Finals at this point. Because I think Amen Thompson, that dude, bro, I'm high on him. I've always been high on him, and I think he's gonna take an even bigger leap. And with the gravity KD has, it's gonna allow him to flourish. So, yeah, I think Houston for sure.
I thought Amen was on Detroit and Osser was on Houston.
It's the other way around. Amen is
Hey,
the better
both of
twin,
them
in my
nice though.
opinion.
Both of them
Yeah, he's in
nice.
Houston. Yeah, they're both
They
nice.
both dogs. Like they both dogs. I like you said, you right on part with that. And the one they sleeping on, the one they resigned, was the Jabbar. What's
Oh
his
yeah.
name? Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
one they resigned. Like that's a sleeper. That was good that they resigned him. So that's why I said Houston number one. But I know I'm not trying to be biased, bro. But at the same time, the way how we built the little
I'm
team
not trying
around
to be
Trey,
biased,
they
but
hiding, they hiding. But look, I get more defense out of him than I get of Lucas, so I can't cry. I can't cry, and he's a smaller guy. So you know what I mean. If we could hide his lack of defense, or we could put him in a certain kind of zone scheme with like how they do stuff, they hide some of his stuff. You put a couple guys, they can take they roll from him a little bit, and let
Yeah.
Trey just really just facilitate, man. That's what really look good. If
And,
when
and
you put
honestly, bro,
Trey,
I don't blame Trey for being a bad defender, bro. Like he's a bad defender because of his size, bro.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
plain
the
and
effort
simple.
there though, the
See,
effort there,
yeah, the effort
yeah,
there. Someone like Russell Westbrook, for how athletic he is, I've always been critical of Russell Westbrook. He should have been much better defensively for how
hmm
athletic he is. And for me, man, I have higher expectation. But Trey's small. It's like Darius Garland be trying, bro. But these guys, they're just so small. Like, what are you gonna do, bro? You're guarding someone. You're giving them 4 inches in height, and like,
yeah,
there's only so
every
much you
night,
can do.
yeah, every night, and then you try you like a try hard, so you
Yep.
force yourself to try to get the team involved, and you getting turnovers, or you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Then you playing hero ball, and you got bad efficiency. So I understand how I go. But I feel like it's gonna be a big old 360, bro.
You know what? I just want to bring this up since we're talking about NBA news. Can we talk about the Magic rebrand? Because that stinks.
The logo, and I don't think I've seen it.
It stinks. I'll show it to you. But also, to go back on something, D-Man, don't ever call me a Heat fan again. And Heat fan is a sensitive topic because you know that Brandon was a Heat fan 12 years ago, right?
Oh, my bad. Respect.
You nasty, bro. You nasty, bro, for that. Oh, that's crazy. But let's see. What's your thoughts about LeBron? About LeBron James might be gone.
Yeah, that's bad.
Might be gone.
Yeah, that's bad.
I'll leave LA.
Brandon, you're breaking up. Is it just me, or you guys hear Brandon? Is he breaking up for y'all too?
He is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, Brandon, what's my thoughts on LeBron declining the option now going into the option? It's pretty obvious what LeBron is doing. Obviously, he's sticking around. He'll probably sign another option next year because these are probably going to be the last 2 years of his career because he wants to play with Bronny. Hopefully, Bronny gets more playing time this year. That's what he's hoping for.
Yeah.
And then Bryce goes to the NBA next year, and the Lakers somehow coincidentally draft him. He will play with his two sons for one season and then call it quits.
Here's my thing with the LeBron thing, bro. I try my best not to be critical with LeBron James, but I'm gonna go scorch earth on LeBron, bro. On this because I think what he did, bro, is an absolutely weak move. So let's break down what he did. This dude's opting into that massive behemoth contract. What is it, 52, whatever it is, bro. Yet he's cryptically trying to tell the Lakers his expectations through Rich Paul, which Rich Paul said, "Oh, right now we want our and I'm paraphrasing. LeBron wants his options open. He wants to contend for a championship. Blah 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 blah." Basically, he's putting the pressure on the Lakers to get some key assets so they can have a championship roster. The reason why I really hate that move, first of all, be a man and just have that conversation internally with the Lakers organization. Why you have to be a weasel and do it through your agent, Rich Paul? That's number one. Number two, you can't have your cake and eat it too, bro. In one hand, you're saying that you want championship team. On the other hand, you're taking this massive amount of money. Now, to his offense, LeBron has taken a pay cut before. He technically took a pay cut when he went to Miami. So my thing is, if you truly wanted a championship, bro, you would be the first one to raise your hand and be like, "Hey, man, you could take a lot of this money." Because let's be honest, bro. LeBron James don't need 50 million a year, bro. He's getting so much money from so many other places. He's a billionaire already, bro. He hasn't even retired yet. And so when I look at the greats, when I look at Tom Brady, and I hate to do a cross sports thing, but Tom Brady took a bunch of pay cuts because he truly wanted to win more than anything, bro. Brady took so many crazy pay cuts, it's not even funny. So my thing is, don't sit here and take all that money and at the same time talking about you wanted them to be a chip. They don't have the money, bro. Did you guys see what Rob Pelinka did, bro? He tried to mess up with Finney Smith and trying to say, "Oh, he has a bum knee," so they didn't try to trade him. Who ended up picking him? I forgot.
Oh, he went to Finney went to hold on, Finney went to Houston.
Yeah, he ended up going to Houston. You know what I'm saying? But that's just like, so that's my whole thing with the whole LeBron thing, bro. Either you want a championship.
Am I good? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
you're good now.
That's crazy.
Also, at the same time, the funny part is, LeBron wants to contend for a title, yet the rumors are that he wants to go to Dallas.
That's crazy, man. But he ain't.
That would be funny though, to go to Dallas, back to his old compadres, man, Kyrie and AD.
Oh, it would, but the whole point of him saying, "I want to play for a championship contender," and then going to Dallas.
I'll be honest with you, bro. That
would be crazy.
If LeBron goes anywhere, especially Golden State, bro, his legacy will be. I don't want to say cooked, bro. It'll take a major hit. For the sake of his legacy, he needs to just ride out in LA, bro.
But if he would just ride it out, he should have stayed down in Cleveland the first time where he wouldn't got all this criticized.
OJ, this is my thing though. He's already stamped though. I mean, I get what you're saying, but he's already stamped.
He's certified and he's stamped, Brandon. But my issue is this, bro. Let's say he goes to Golden State or something. Now, bro, because for me, I don't believe in the whole narrative of he's chasing rings. I never believed that. To me, when he went to Miami, he wasn't chasing rings. He gave Cleveland 7 years, and they did not put anything remotely close to a championship caliber roster. He gave him everything, so he went to Miami. And then Miami, though him going back to Cleveland, it was a thing of like, you know what, man, let me go ahead and finish business because I wanted to get in Cleveland. So to me, I don't think he chased rings. But if he at this point, bro, that there's already he's a ring chaser. He's joining super teams. That narrative is already there. But if you go to like Golden State or Dallas or something, oh, that will give it so much more credence, bro. That'll
Oh
give
yeah,
that narrative so much more power.
oh yeah, oh definitely.
For
Oh
sure, for
yeah.
But
sure.
yeah, his legacy cemented though. I think like but I'm talking about to us though. But we're the people here, all the four of us were reasonable fans though. The vast majority of the people they're not. Like
Now
Yeah.
I'm gonna piss off Brandon for 2 seconds. That means if he leaves for Dallas, he becomes a Mavs fan, and then if he leaves for the Warriors,
No,
he
that's
becomes.
cap. That's cap. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm staying in LA, bro. That's crazy, bro. That's
Well,
crazy.
you've said I'm a LeBron fan, but then after he retires, I'm gonna become a Lakers fan.
You're right. You're right. But I'm saying if he goes anywhere else, I'm still gonna be a Lakers fan either way. I'm gonna still support LeBron, but I'm just staying a Lakers fan. Go
But
Lakes,
here's the
go.
thing. Here's the thing, though, Brandon. Check this out. If if let's say LeBron goes to Dallas, bro,
Oh
and
damn.
Dallas ends up playing the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals, that's probably not going to happen because I don't think they have the time to do it. But let's just hypothetically, you will end up finding yourself, I guarantee you, rooting for Dallas, bro, because your connection to LeBron is stronger than your connection to the Lakers, bro.
Oh
I just think
man.
that's what will end up happening, bro.
That's why we spell it out with me: BANDWAGON. What
No,
does that spell, folks?
no, no. Not no bandwagon, that's for sure.
Hey,
But
I mean,
but
I could have also said HOMIEHOPPER too, but
that's crazy. But hey man, let's
not
move
for
on,
me.
man, to the next topic. The Milwaukee Bucks, they had a crazy offseason so far. So basically, they
Wow.
resigned all their
Mm.
players. They went out and picked up Miles Turner today, and they gave him a 4 year, $170 million deal. Stay with the Bucks. Then all of a sudden, Damian Lillard got waived, and Giannis, and now Giannis do not like that, man. What's your thoughts on the Bucks right now, man? What they got going on?
I
Giannis,
feel like
I
yeah, they made that move to clear up space to get Turner. Like they saw opportunity to get Turner. Like, hey man, we got to cut that dead weight. Even what I'm saying, because he ain't saying nothing about coming back. So we got to make a move. And for some reason, he probably spoke to who he needed to speak to, and behind the scenes, they know he already got his decision made. So that's why you see Turner coming in. You see Brook Lopez trying to go over to LA. And you know what I'm saying? It's just like, dang, you ain't gonna give Dame a chance to even come back. Like, so it's like they clean the house, bro. I just feel like Giannis finna go to the Warriors. I'm throwing it out there. He going to the Warriors. You got the inside and you got the outside game. They finna
now,
kill the West.
That
get touched.
that's crazy, man.
You
I
get
So he
think
touched.
go to the Warriors, bro,
I
and it's a
I
crazy balance.
I want to approach this from a different perspective because that was a great point that you made, right? And
Yeah,
so a lot of what I was gonna say, you're gonna say. So I'm gonna take a different angle. Dame Lillard, my favorite NBA player of all time is Allen Houston. So I'm probably a little bit older than you guys. So that was back in the day with the Knicks or whatever, man. That's like legacy. But after him, really, like Dame was like pretty much my favorite player, you know. But the thing about Dame, bro, Dame is probably a top five uh, shooter of all time, bro. This dude was fantastic, NBA
hmm
superstar. And to watch him get waived, bro,
yeah,
that's
it's crazy.
crazy to me.
It's
You
crazy.
guys have see, no one's talking about it, but it's like, bro, that's Dame. It's
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dame time,
yeah,
bro.
It is
And
game
he
time.
got waived, bro. That's
he
how
Yeah,
we
got
going
way.
out, bro. He
it's
got waived.
crazy.
That's nuts to me, bro.
Hmm
And
It's
and
nasty.
and, and that's nasty work, bro. That is just nasty work. And so to me, man. And again, I'm not even trying to blame the Bucks. I get why they're trying to do it, the contract, and even when he was healthy, he wasn't that guy. Kind of like, closer to what Jalen Ramsey's becoming now or whatever. But it's like, man, it just such to think that that's where he ended up. But as far as the Bucks, bro, you know what I think, bro? I think Giannis went in their office and said, "Man, F all this, bro. I'm out of here." straight up.
Yeah,
And then like
yeah,
once they
and did it
realize
the
that,
right way. He
yeah,
did it the
bro,
right way. He ain't make no
yeah,
noise in the media.
he didn't make no
Nah,
noise, and
that
now
man been
they're
talking.
cleaning up. And not
Yeah.
only that, and Miles Turner, bro, Miles Turner, bro, he's about his bread. This man said, "Oh, Holly, he out for the year. All right, man, I'm gonna get this chicken, bro." Cause like, and by the way, Miles Turner probably knows that Giannis is on his way out. He's
Mm-hmm.
like all this other stuff, man. He's trying to make his money, man. But
Mm-hmm.
so
And
I don't know. I just
Hey,
I wonder what the best.
that's your guy right there, ain't it?
Oh
That's your
yeah,
guy.
that's my guy. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Allen
Yes,
Houston,
sir.
man. Allen Houston, that's
all I
my
got
boy, man.
we
is,
we probably about the same age, man. You know, I'm gonna keep my age to myself though. But we about the
Well,
same.
if you know about Allen Houston, then yeah, we probably
Yes,
are. Yeah.
sir. Mooka
Yeah,
Bella, all of them, man.
for sure.
man, all I gotta say is as long as Giannis is not either wearing that Boston green or New York blue, I will be happy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Well,
That's crazy.
Boston definitely don't have the money, man.
Oh no,
I
it is.
haven't.
But I keep hearing
I
Knicks fans talking about them getting Giannis, and if they get
do.
Knicks,
You know what's crazy, bro?
it
Do you
is
guys know what team has the most picks, the most young talent, everything to get Giannis? It's OKC.
Mm.
Easily, easily have the most first round picks in young talent.
oh yeah, they
If
have
you
Mm-hmm.
trying to draft out.
if
I
you
don't know
were
how
to
they
go
do
there,
it.
bro, if you were to go there, bruh, when you want to talk about curtains, bro, it's
Man, hey,
and by the way,
what's that?
bro,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
that's
How many
nuts,
you gonna
bro.
count?
And to be honest with you, bro, OKC could just literally be like, you know what, man, you can have Chet. I'm gonna give you Dort, and I'm gonna give you 3 or 4 first round pick. And bro, that's a decent haul, bro, because
Yeah,
both of those guys are very like they're young and 3 first round picks, and you get to keep J Dub, bro. Like that's yeah, man. But I hope that doesn't happen. That's too much, man. I prefer parity.
man. I'm talking about, whew, that's 90 ball to the T. They play together.
Oh
That go
yeah,
all the
bro.
way back.
Bro,
That go all the way
if
back.
if they play together, bro, if Giannis goes to OKC, they're probably losing like 12 games or less, man.
Man,
Like
I'm talking about
assuming they
go,
stay
bro.
healthy.
Shut up, Trey. Shut up.
Yeah, he said all I'm going to say is Giannis to the Knicks is coming.
I could see that, man. But man, can Giannis play? I don't. It's hard to
I
envision
hope
Giannis
because
with
he
Cat
is
though. That's my thing. Yeah, I
already.
think Giannis would play with Cat.
Oh
I
man.
don't need those sewer rats getting more insufferable than they already are.
I honestly think Giannis would be so pissed off at Cat, bro. Like I think Giannis, like defensively, once he sees how much of a liability Cat is and how just terrible he is defensively, I think he'll just like be just like, dude, what are you doing? Like what
After
are you
all
doing?
that,
Yeah, after all that, oh my God, yeah, all of that. But
F, no,
if he
FEP.
if he goes to New York, bro, New York is going to the finals. Like, let's keep it a band. This is the most
Oh
fun thing that
shoot.
I've seen the East in a long time, bro.
Mm. That's
And that make a lot of sense too, cause the East is wounded right now, man. It's
Yeah,
up for grabs.
See
it's
It's
any
up for
wounded.
grabs, bro.
team ever win a championship? So,
mm. That's good. All right, y'all, man. We're gonna move on to the.
Mr.
Uh,
Laker Yankee fan.
hey, man. Let's move on to the next topic. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, man, is now the richest annual salary for a player in NBA history. He is average an annual value of 71 million, and his contract's 4 years, 285 million. Man, what's your thoughts on Shea and if it's well deserved?
Well, in
Uh,
the words of the great Dr. Umar, are we surprised? Are we surprised that he got paid after winning the NBA MVP, Finals MVP, brought a title back to OKC, their first one,
first team NBA.
first of the quote unquote franchise since 1979? Like, are we surprised that he got a bag? No.
Okay.
And let's be honest, bro. Besides Giannis, when was the last time we saw a player of his caliber, bro, that carries his team offensively, the load offensively, and is elite on the other side of the ball? The only other person I could think of, well, you might can make a case for Embiid now that I think about it, but there's not a lot, bro. You're talking about Embiid and Giannis. bro, this dude is elite defensively, man.
Yeah,
The
young,
only reason like we sleep on SGA's defense sometimes, bro, is because JW is so freaking good. Luke Dort is so damn good. And obviously you have Caruso or whatever. Bro, the dude is an elite defender. That's the part of his game that we don't even talk a lot about. But yeah, well deserved, 100%, bro. And so, yeah, yeah, well deserved, man. I mean, I just, what are you gonna do? Not pay him? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
you ain't
True.
Right. Go ahead, D man.
that's
Uh, yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, like you said, I mean, he don't put in the work. Uh, I don't want to cross compare neither, but look at the quarterbacks in the NFL. And once they hit that certain mark, and they throw a certain amount of yards, and whatever the standard pay is for that season, they gonna get it. Look at Kirk Cousins; he always hit that mark he need to get, and he get paid. And everybody be like, man, this agent, no, but he doing his part too, though. You know, he's doing his part, getting his yards, getting the touchdowns. And you know that as a quarterback, you know you got to hit them certain marks to get that check. You know,
yeah,
outside of winning, but if you want to hit them certain marks that they want, and look at Shea MVP. He should have had it twice. I feel like could have had it twice. And what leading the lead in the NBA? What
So
assists?
if we're being honest about
Yeah.
last year, Lucas should have won MVP, but I digress.
Well, okay, that's Luka. Yeah, Luka and B looked like he was gonna do something until he got hurt, and
Yeah,
showing
he
you some
literally
love.
with sitting out multiple games, he still led the sitting
Yeah,
out
he was going crazy like the first
still
15.
led the league in scoring.
He was going crazy the first 20 games, man. He was like it was Luka was balling, but Embiid was just like so past him in the beginning of the season. It was crazy. It was crazy. And Luka was having a good season. It was like, man, Embiid just way up here. And then he got hurt.
He
Everybody
was.
started catching him. But yeah, man, I feel like SGA, man, he deserved it, man. And the way how the league going now, he bringing back that old school ball, and it's fun to watch. It's fun to watch them play because they playing as a unit. And the way he leading them, you got to give it to him. He not there. He ain't not there doing the John Moran and none of that. So, he's a good model, I guess, a good citizen for a good role model for the kids. So you gotta show him some love when he's doing it right, man.
That's true.
I just feel like he earned it.
Yeah. All right. Do y'all think he's the greatest Thunder of all time? 'Cause I've been hearing a lot of talks about
I, I'll,
Shea.
I'll be honest with you, man. At first, I hated that notion that he's the greatest Thunder over KD, but he is.
Oh,
Once
great.
I think about it, he is.
For
Here's the
some,
thing: I'm only looking at SGA playing for the Thunder and KD playing for the Thunder. That's the only thing I'm looking at.
no,
If that's the case, then yes, he's the greatest. He's the greatest Thunder. Now,
But
by the
he
way,
did,
LeBron's a better player than Kobe, but he's not a better Laker than Kobe.
but
You
but
know what I'm
correct.
saying?
but KD don't went younger though, right?
I
He
mean,
was a
if we're
baby
being
going to the
honest,
finals.
LeBron's not even a top 5
Yeah,
Laker of all time.
He was a baby
yeah.
going to the finals. He had to play against LeBron James, D Wade. Like he had to play against that monster Miami Heat.
I mean,
But here's the thing though, B man. Like with Shea, he's legitimately a contender to be the face of the league, and you can argue that. Now,
Oh
in
yeah.
my opinion, though, to me, Joker's the best player, but you can make an argument for Shea. When KD was going to the finals, he wasn't in that conversation. At that
Good
point,
point.
bro,
That's a
it
good
was
point.
it was it was LeBron's league. Like there's no like we're not even confusing that. That LeBron had that thing.
there was
Whereas
also
Shay's in that conversation of like face of the league, is he the best, and reigning MVP. So like KD didn't get MVP until like what 3 years later and stuff. So I
Yeah.
just feel like Shay got into his prime
granted it was
sooner. And by the way, this is the last thing I'll say. Shea, bro, he's still going up. This is not prime peak
Oh
yet.
yeah. Oh
He's
yeah.
still
Yeah.
going up, bro.
Damn, that's tough. That's tough to
I'll
say.
be
He
honest.
doesn't.
When I heard Brandon ask that question, I heard for some reason I had heard defender, and I'm like, Brandon, what are you talking about? But
Nah. Yeah.
uh,
I was talking about like
yeah,
for the
Thunder. I mean,
franchise.
there is a great argument to be made because obviously we have to separate the Supersonics with the Thunder because obviously Gary Payton's the best Supersonic of all time. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, there's a really good debate. Shea could 100% be the best Thunder of all time. Obviously, people are going to say KD. People are going to say Russ, but I mean, it's going to be a really heavy debate. But OJ brought up a really good point of the fact that, oh, yeah, LeBron, like, while he's one of the greatest players ever, he's still not the best Laker of all time. In fact, LeBron, if we're being honest, he's not even a top 5 Laker of all time.
That ain't.
Wait,
That's
I
being
have a quick
disrespectful.
question. When KD won the MVP, because I don't remember, was he a Thunder or was he with the Warriors by that
No,
time?
he was with the Thunder.
Yeah,
He was with the Thunder. Okay, gotcha.
No,
got
his
So he's
scoring
a Thunder.
finals MVP for obviously.
He got. I think we had like 2 scoring titles with them or something like that.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, but like you said, they want to look at him like the face of the league, so I can't argue that, and that's a great point. So I'm looking at bag and bag. I shouldn't do that. So you know what I'm saying. But as the one that led the team and led the team to the ship and actually finished, I gotta give him credit for that. You know, and Indiana
And,
won't slouch. So
yeah, and I'll say this too, bro. Like not for nothing. SGA, bro. The year they had this year, this was a special year, bro. This was a
Yeah.
special season for them, and they capped it off with the championship. So
yeah, did all that. You did all that, and then you win the championship, win MVP. All like Giannis did the same thing, similar. Win all them awards, and you finish out with the big ring at the end. That's how it's supposed to be. You know, that's that man. That do something for your legacy. You know, and that's just something that nobody can debate and nobody can mess with. You know, you was the man the whole year, all year long. You were the man. Like a lot of people can't say that.
Right. For sure. All right, y'all. Let's move on to your Hawks, D man. So y'all picked up Walker from Minnesota. Y'all got him. Y'all picked him. It was 4 years, 62 million to kill Alexander Walker. Then y'all
oh,
went
they
up.
got Walker.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
damn. Okay,
Yes.
now we cooking with grease. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay,
Y'all
bro,
picked up Luke Kennard
he's a
for
problem.
1 year, 11 million.
Yeah, looking hard too. Looking hard. That's why I said it's gonna be similar to my bad. Go ahead, B.
Oh,
Who
yeah, I
else
got
y'all?
Kennard. Damn.
Who else y'all got?
We got Porzingis.
Porzingis. Yeah, Porzingis. Yeah.
I what I feel about that though, honestly, I feel like if we get 35 games out of him, that's a plus. If we can get 35 out of him, that's a plus. That's enough to have us set for the playoff. And that's enough. That's enough games for him to play and have us in the point where we can finish off and he end up
TT,
30,
go ahead.
15. You know what I'm saying? He out for another 30. We could sustain that because we got enough wings and we still got Big O and we got Muhammad Gay. We got a couple guys that can play that kind of stretch big. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that ain't the kind of idea we want to do, but we can adjust to that. If we can just get 35 to 40 games out of Porzingis, we get our money worth. You know, and with the guy we just got, the boy from Minnesota, oh man, he played defense, he can shoot, he's still young, like you know, and he was a problem in the playoff. Like I seen him play. I'm like, hold on now. That's why I said with the opportunity that's out there in the East, we could at least be top 5, bro. Like easily. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to talk too crazy because I want to say top 3, but I'm gonna let that go. But we could at least be top 5, bro. Because I ain't trusting Philly. Yes,
I mean, but the East is not loaded,
it's wide
bro.
open.
It's wide open.
It's wide open. Even though I know my Hawks be tripping, but I feel like we gonna be in the mix. It's just there when we gonna be in the mix, and you gonna have other teams that be in the mix too. You know, I ain't sleeping on Chicago. I ain't sleeping on Atlanta gonna be a problem.
Everyone's gonna talk.
Miami gonna be a problem.
Everyone's gonna talk about the Knicks. Everyone's gonna talk about the Heat.
Yeah, the Knicks
bring up the Magic as just an underrated team.
Yeah, and everybody already giving it to them. They giving it to them like
Man,
win the whole East.
Magic don't have enough, bro. They don't have enough, bro, and they don't play defense, bro. That's the problem, man. And again, as far as Cleveland, notice nobody mentioned Cleveland once because
exactly.
we don't trust Darius. We don't trust Darius to even be healthy in the playoffs, bro.
Nah.
I'm literally.
Bro, by the way, if I'm Cleveland, bro, I trade one of those guys, Donovan or Darius. I'm doing something drastic because it doesn't work. 2 guards that are small that don't play defense. That format does not work in the NBA. We saw it, John Wall and Bradley Beal. Like there's so many examples we can point to that it doesn't work. You need a guard or a wing or a big and a wing. The your 2 best players as your guards, not bro. That doesn't work.
I agree.
Yeah,
during the season, it looked good. It looked good during the season. But when you run into a team that goes slow you down and make you play half court basketball, you get
Yeah, it's not
exposed.
gonna
Like I
work,
said,
bro.
you get exposed.
Yeah, I'm
Not
looking
gonna
at the
work,
East
bro.
right now. Everyone's obviously going to talk about the Knicks, the Heat, whatever. Magic, they're just going to talk about them being a pretty good team, but they're too young. The Cavs are running out of steam. The Pacers, no one's going to talk about with Hallie being hurt. The Celtics, they're almost damn near blowing it up. Like Tatum's going to be out majority of the year. Hawks depends on how the pieces work together. The Bucks, nobody trusts Doc Rivers in the playoffs. The Sixers, it all depends on if they stay healthy or not. So,
That's
No,
true.
we know the answers to that question. They're
well,
not. Right.
That's crazy. All right,
Don't
y'all.
don't sleep on Detroit though. I think Detroit could do
Yeah,
something, make a
yeah. I
noise too.
forgot. I
But yeah,
forgot about Detroit. Detroit gonna be in the mix too, man.
yeah.
That's what I said. Detroit, Orlando, Miami, Philly. I still gonna say Philly because I don't
Hey,
know
I'm
what
high
Paul
on
George gonna
Cade,
do.
man.
You know.
I'm high on Cade, though,
I'm
man.
super high on Kate. He's one of my favorite under 25 players,
Yeah.
bro. If not
Yes,
my
sir.
favorite. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
I mean,
All that, man. That whole squad, that whole squad gelling together, man. They playing hard over there.
Yeah.
if we're
I
being
man,
like,
I'm gonna bet that Detroit will have a good season. Hopefully,
Yeah.
Malik
Oh
Beasley
yeah.
doesn't do the same thing. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah. Most definitely.
Hmm.
Yeah. I feel like Cade found himself in the league now. I think he know
yeah.
where he's staying at. You know, and he don't size himself up with a lot of them guys, and he all right. You know, and I think the
hmm
confidence is up through the roof right now with Cade. So
Hmm.
I'm excited to see Detroit do what they do.
Yeah, facts.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, the East is pretty much wide open because, like, we all know that the Hornets are going to stink. The Nets are probably going to
Yeah.
stink.
And Toronto might be a little slick little
The
team. I don't know
Bulls
what
should
Toronto
have
might. I
they're
don't know. You see what I'm saying?
they're going to be
Yeah.
around that 8 to 11.
Okay. They're gonna be playing. They're gonna be playing. Okay, they're gonna be
They're
playing.
going to be dancing around the play-in like they
Okay.
normally freaking do.
Okay. Cool.
The
I don't
Wizards,
even see no moves they did, and they lost their GM. I like the GM they got. And they probably gonna be shitty after that. So,
the Wizards are going to stink. We all know that.
uh-huh.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of like definitive that we know that three teams are for sure going to suck, and that's the Hornets, the Nets, and the Wizards. While like it could be the Pacers, hypothetically speaking, let's just say it's
The
like
Wizards are just so awful. They're not even trying. They're like,
They ain't
screw it.
trying.
Like we're gonna get money anyways. Like profit sharing, whatever. Like it's the crap that they do.
Yeah.
It's like,
They got
man,
all the old heads. They got all the
yeah.
old heads over there.
yep.
I
Yeah,
mean,
they do.
on paper, the Knicks should run away with the Atlantic Division this upcoming season.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the Hornets are going to stink, the Nets are going to stink, the Wizards are going to stink. But let's just say for this, probably the Sixers, the Raptors, the Pacers, the Bulls, they're all going to be swimming around that like 6 to 11 range near the play-in, barely in the play-in or not. Same with the Hawks, because the Hawks, for some reason, have a very, just like New Orleans, a very loving relationship with the play-in.
Wow.
Miami will find a way to sneak into the top 6, probably, maybe play in as well. Orlando, we all know Orlando's probably going to be around like 5 or 6.
Mm.
The Celtics
I,
are
All right.
I could, yeah, I could see Orlando as high as 3, honestly.
going to get a top 3 seed, which is annoying, but
Yeah.
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 Look, Atlanta look like gonna be up, but I don't know if see. That's the thing with the chemistry Detroit got. They might be right behind New York. New York might be number 1. Detroit right there, and then you might get Orlando, and everybody else just kind of fall up under that. And
Mm.
Indiana,
Yeah.
I'm not counting Indiana out because that team, how the way they play like they don't play with stars, so everybody play their
Miles
role.
Turner don't move me, bro. I'm so glad they got rid of him.
Yeah, so at the
He
same
don't-
time, I feel like the way they play, they can gel and put somebody together, and they just play as a unit. They gonna be good during the season. It
yeah.
just ain't gonna work during the playoff, but they gonna be good. They gonna be good during the season though.
Yeah. But we all know what's going to drive me nuts, despite the fact that the Celtics are pretty much like depleted.
Yeah.
They're still going to be a top 3 seed.
Yeah, goddamn Celtics.
For sure. All right, y'all. Let's move on, man. We ain't talk about Memphis. Memphis has
Who cares?
also made some moves. They gave Jaren Jackson a freaking bag. 5 years, 240 million. My goodness.
Ooh.
Who else they got? Aldama, 3 years, 52 million. They got there was a point guard they had. Who they got?
Dunham, I think what his name again? The one that was playing, the one that Ryan the bench really. He should have been playing goddamn get go.
Um,
They had Michael
Todd
Conley
Jerome.
playing. I
Todd
don't know.
Jerome.
They ain't pick
Todd
him up,
Jerome.
but he been there.
Yeah.
Who?
Todd Jerome. Todd Jerome.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
thing about
yeah. They got
Memphis,
Todd
man,
Jerome.
they don't
Um,
really move me, bro. I don't know. Something's missing. Y'all don't just get the feeling like something's missing with them.
Who the
Like,
fuck is this guy? That's their head coach.
Mm.
cool.
The Grizzlies. You're telling
Um,
me
um,
that
um.
some
What's his
Finnish
name?
dude that has 1 year of coaching experience in the NBA. Everything else was in Europe, and you think, oh my god.
Mm.
Now you know what I was thinking about. I was thinking about Ben. I was thinking about the backup point guard in Minnesota when you were talking about the guard play. So
Oh,
I mentioned the wrong person. Yeah, that's
oh,
why I said Dunham.
who cares about Memphis?
yeah,
We
bro. I don't know,
all
bro.
know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. Memphis another situation where they don't look like they don't even really care neither. They go just ride that John Morant wave and sell tickets.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
sell tickets, man.
Who cares about Memphis? Because even then, like on paper, they're not as strong as some of the other Western teams, like Houston, who's been building up.
Mhm.
Spurs have been building a sneaky squad, but I just don't trust this head coach. And speaking of head coach, the Knicks, while they should be very good on paper, let's see who the hell their head coach is.
they
Oh
still
man.
ain't. They still ain't got one.
For the record, I was against the firing of Tom Thibodeau. I mean,
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought
but that's a very New York thing to do. Oh yeah, first time to make the Western Conference Finals in 25 years. What do you get for that?
hit the door.
Okay, thank you. Hit the door. Sorry for your troubles, but
Mm.
whatever.
Or in the words of English football, you're sacked.
And I'll be honest with you, the whole thing about the whole narrative with Tom Thibodeau running players to the ground, and then you always hear people, oh, look what happened to Derrick Rose. First of all, man, if those that remember Derrick Rose in his prime, bro, you guys remember how he used to cut and just, bro, like, I watched Derrick Rose, I'm like, bro, how are his knees intact, man? He was so, like, rough, like, this sharp cut, whereas someone like Westbrook, it was never like that. Westbrook was just always like he was bouncy and
Yeah,
explosive. Like
yeah,
he didn't put that much like pressure on his joints like that.
yeah.
So that had nothing to do with Thibodeau, man. To me, a bigger issue is Jalen Brunson. Nobody wants to talk about it, bro. He's no offense, he's great, he's efficient, but he's a baby mellow, bro. And he needs to distribute the ball a little bit more. That's why a lot of these guys, like Bridges and all these guys down the stretch, they were cold because they're just watching him shoot. So but it is what it is. They should still be the favorite to probably
Yeah.
get
Mm.
out the East. I would think. I mean, because Cleveland, yeah,
I heard they were looking
push.
at Brown, man. I heard they were looking at Kobe Brown for the Knicks. So I don't know how true it is, but I heard a little
Yeah,
noise
he's on
about
his second round of interviews.
it. Mhm.
Well,
Who?
nothing was funnier than the rumor, if it is true, God help them, about Dawn Staley. Listen, I love Dawn Staley. She's a Philly girl. She would never. First off, I know she would
Oh
never.
yeah, I heard about that.
I
Mm.
know she would never take that job because
It's a different type of pressure, bro. To me, bro, if you're gonna be the first female head coach in the NBA, it should not be in the Knicks, bro. It should not be on the most unforgiving market, damn near all of sports, bro.
yeah,
Like,
not
Yeah,
at
for
all.
sure.
Like if we're being honest, like the fact I'm surprised teams like Temple or some of these other like middle of the pack or even like bad-ish men's programs haven't offered her a job yet. That I will say that I'm kind of shocked.
Mhm.
All right. Let's see. What else
Gonna
we here
take
to
her
talk
to
about?
the Knicks to fuck off again.
I was looking at. Cause I don't know. I know y'all don't care about these other ones. Oh yeah, D-Lo to the Mavs. Oh, he's back with AD. he's back. He's back. He's back with AD. Yeah,
listen, bro, all you need to do is just hoop, stop secretly recording AD and his people, whatever. You should be good, man.
that's
Like
crazy.
that's it, bro.
But D-Lo's D-Lo. I ain't moved.
He's
Man,
a backup, right? Because I
Man,
mean, obviously. By the way, how's Kyrie's health? Is he? Because I saw him playing He's playing pickup ball in the summer. Is he good? Gonna be good to go?
He should be 100%.
Yeah, dude. Man, what? But also, why do we care about snitches?
That's wild. That's wild. That's
I
crazy.
was about calling the police too.
That's
Yeah, I
crazy.
mean,
Why do we care? Why do we care about Wallace?
That's
that
crazy.
that will always stay with him, man.
That's
But
wild.
Hey,
y'all
crazy.
think y'all think Dallas will be legit? Because I have a buddy of mine that's high on Dallas. I don't know, man. I don't. To me, just too much uncertainty,
Next
man.
year, I say next season. Next season, when Kyrie come back and hopefully he's more healthy, and he
No,
have a full season
Kyrie
with
should be
Kyrie.
good to go. Apparently, Kyrie should be good to go this season.
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
know, but he gonna come in like in the mid, like 30 games in or something like that. I don't think he'll come right in.
No. The reason I'm saying that is because I actually watched Kyrie Irving play full pickup games, bro. Like 5-on-5,
Okay.
bro.
Never mind.
Yeah,
Never mind.
he caught an alley oop. I was
Mm.
watching him the other. He caught an alley oop, bro, on a 5v5. So it looks
Hey,
like he's healed up pretty good.
hey, man. I can see why somebody big on him though. I mean, yeah. I can see why. I can see why. You know, it's just
They lost one of the bigs though, right? Who they lose? Wait a minute, who was it?
no. I think they
Oh my
still got
goodness.
down. They deep on bigs. Yeah, they
Mm-hmm.
got a
Yeah,
good rotation
but
on
yeah,
bigs.
they got plenty though. They lost one of them, but
Yeah,
then yeah, but they got plenty bigs.
yeah, they got. They see. No, I mean, yeah. I feel like they whatever Memphis was, Memphis definitely out the way because you got Dallas. We can go through it right now. We got Dallas, we got Houston, Warriors still gonna be in the mix. Timberwolves, Denver. Um, hold on, man, Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, to me, it's a two. To me, for the West, it's a two-man race. It's gonna be
Lakers probably
Denver and
still Lakers.
OKC to me.
Yeah,
But here's the thing, though. If I were the Timberwolves, bro, like I would do everything to try to get Darius Garland, bro. Bro, I think the Timberwolves would be a problem if they could upgrade and get Darius while keeping. And to be honest, with you, bro, throw in Julius Randle. Like I'm not a fan of his. What if you gotta throw him in the package? Sure, but just keep Nas Reed and keep Ant. Anybody else is liable to. But
they
then again,
already
But
I
they
paid. They already
paid
paid
Randall.
Randall.
They
They
paid
just paid
Randall like
Randall.
100 million.
yeah, you're
Yeah, they
right. They
just
did
paid
pay
Randall.
Randall. They just
Yeah,
paid.
they
Yeah,
gave
I
him
guess
a
you're
hundred
stuck
He
with
had
them.
one
million.
of his best playoff runs, man. So that
Yeah,
gotta
he did.
play right.
Man, I don't
He
care, D man. That man, it sucks. He a pit
Hey,
bull.
that's what I'm saying.
Man,
That's what I was talking about earlier, right? I was talking
my
about if you
my
do,
he is
you do what they
mid.
my
say on the dotted
problem my
line.
Oh, God.
problem with Randall, bro, is his
Julius
IQ
Randle.
is so low, bro. His IQ is so low.
Oh
But
my
I
God.
think they need to upgrade with Mike Conley, bro. They could get like a Garland, but I don't know that they have the assets for that.
The boy Dillingham, right? They need to let him play.
Oh yeah, or that
Yeah, they
that
need to let
too.
him play. Like let
Man,
him go. Let him play. Like come on now.
Well,
that
well,
dude is mid, bro.
Who?
Julius Randle, bro.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
But I mean, like, look at his numbers though. Being like he had crazy. He shot
I
well from
understand.
three.
I get it.
Yeah, he
I
shot
get it.
well from the three. Yeah, he
Yeah, he did.
defended good.
Shoot, there
Like,
was some games. There was some
yeah,
games he played better than Ant.
yeah. So it's like,
yeah, but
like I
we all
said,
know that
Yeah.
Orange Julius stinks.
Hmm?
At least D-Man got the reference. I said we all know that Orange Julius stinks.
That's crazy. Um, the Clippers, they gave James Harden 2 years, 81 million. They gave him 2 years, 81.
dang.
They gave him a freaking bag, bro.
Man, every time I try to be like, yeah,
Why?
James going
Like
crazy.
why?
And
I don't
Like
know.
do
I don't
exactly
get
what he
it.
do, man.
Why?
Every time you get on that Jane Harden bandwagon, and he do it to you, bro. You know,
Bro, Clippers to me, bro, put them in the same category as the freaking Memphis Grizzlies, bro. Like they're good enough, they're gonna win you 50 games, but it's like, but at the end of the day, blah. It's like blah. I'm not excited. Like what? Like they don't have enough, bro. Like Powell is pretty good. Harden's Asian. What? That's like it's not enough, man.
Mm.
Like
yeah.
like
But like also the Clippers minus that 1 year where they played one of the weakest West one seeds ever in that Utah Jazz team. They are also a team that is allergic to the second round. Just like
yep,
Yeah, facts.
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. That's facts, bro.
Because I knew Woody was gonna make the Philly joke, so I had to get it before y'all did.
Somebody on TikTok Live said, so the Lakers just waiting on Ayton, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty
yeah,
much.
yeah.
But I'll be honest with you, man. As a Lake, if I'm a Laker fan, which I'm not necessarily, I would have loved to see the Lakers, bro, push for a CJ McCollum, bro. They need the outside scoring, someone that, like, when LeBron or say Luca's on the bench, someone that could kind of take over the offense. He would have been a great player addition to them as well. And I can see Aiden as well, but we'll see though. But let's be honest, does he move the needle much? Here's the problem with the Lakers, bro. One of their biggest problems is like, okay, fine, get Aiden. What are you gonna do when you come across Ant? Like, did you like in the playoffs? Nobody could stop Ant, bro, for the Lakers. Like they're just not an athletic team. That's one of the issues that the Lakers have. They match up terribly against teams like the Timberwolves. They match up terribly against a team like OKC. They're just not athletic, man. They need to get more athletic.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I mean,
Doing all of this just to lose in the first round is crazy.
Yeah, man. And at the same time, what was the narrative of DeAndre Ayton though? Like, I thought he was soft. I mean, that's what the narrative about him. He was soft.
Yeah, he was
the
soft.
narrative
Big
was
old
he was
finesse
soft
guy.
and he was uncoachable and uncoachable as well was another
Yeah,
thing.
you know what I'm saying? Like you pouted and gave away an opportunity when you was in the playoffs. Like that, the biggest moment of your career, early in your career, you started being sassy, and just in your ways, and bro, he could go to LA, he could get exposed in the big lights. You just want a big body. I guess you just want a big body for Luka, but he gonna be exposed, bro. And when it come down to it, when he got to check Joker, he got to check. He got to go to Minnesota and got to check that boy that ain't got no bag, but he gonna be killing Aiden. All the big names you could think of gonna be eating on him, bro.
Nas Reed,
He's an
AD.
offensive threat. He's an offensive threat. But outside of that, bro, it's just like
Actually, I'm not kidding. Frenchie's perimeter defense sucks, but
yeah, like come on, man. Hey, yeah, the Lakers got a lot to fix.
Nah, sassy though is crazy.
He is sassy.
I told you what I wanted, Coach. God.
Hey,
All right. I want to see if there's anything else. That needed.
So what about the Darren Waller trade to the Dolphins?
Man, he should have just stayed retired. He should have just
Can
stayed
I talk
retired.
about that for a second, bro?
Yes.
This dude went, and I'm about to go short term. This dude went, cheated on Kelsey Plum or whatever. Cool. Then decided to try to have a rap career. That thing was debris seal. And so he's like, you know what, man? These Bills not it right now, bro. I need to get some NFL money. That's why he's back, bro. Stay retired, bro. What are the Dolphins doing?
They desperate. They were trying to get Kyle Pitts from us. Like they so desperate for a tight end. They playing Kyle Pitts. And we need a tight end too. Even while bad Kyle Pitts playing, we still hoping that he kind of, hit that. I feel like Michael Penix is the guy who will really open up his game. I feel like Kirk should have took advantage of it, but Kirk like he know how to find the man. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you can't find somebody 6'6". I don't get that.
I was one of the biggest criticizers of Kyle Pitts early on because everyone's saying that he was top 5 when he wasn't.
Nah. I looked at the numbers, bro. I'm like, okay, he's not getting the attempts that the main guys.
That's what I'm going to say. It's not that he's playing bad. It's that the quarterback's
not getting opportunities.
Or allergic to throwing the ball to him.
Yeah, it's like, come on now. Like, okay, the amount of times he getting the ball, he got more than 5 touchdowns. 49 catches, 50, something like that. But his targets ain't even that high neither. So it's like you ain't even let him get in rhythm till by the time you still do pass on the ball, it's second quarter. That man running dummy routes the whole first quarter, the whole first half.
Kyle Pitts is a prime example of one of the most generational talent waste, bro. Not on his part, but on the part of the Falcons, bro. Like, this dude is unguardable. Like, what are y'all talking about, bro? Unguardable. Like,
you gotta use him.
Who are you gonna put on him? A DB, which is a midget to him, bro? Or are you gonna put a linebacker who's gonna smoke? He's not guardable, bro. Like, what are you doing? Just throw him the ball.
Exactly.
He cannot be guarded.
Yeah,
Exactly.
OJ, imagine being on the other sideline watching him tear your team apart. I saw that twice in high school.
Yeah,
Damn.
so we'll see, man. We'll
Yeah, he
see.
wasn't like
This the
that in
year,
high
though.
school.
This the year for him to
Yeah,
kind of
he
show.
was. Especially, you knew that he was good when he was the tallest bull on his team. You look over, and you're like, "What is this 6'5" black? Oh, he's gonna fucking stick.
Yep.
Mm. All right, y'all, man. That includes the end of the show. I had to make it short today, but yeah, OJ, any last words before we head out?
I mean, not really. I guess I'll end it on this, man. Kyle Pitts, if you're watching this podcast, man, you had a good one, man. But because of your lack of discipline, man, you let it go away. You are one of the most talented, like physical tight ends that I've seen in a long time. But you like the maturity, you like the work ethic, you like all of that. Now you're gonna go to the Dolphins. You're not gonna do much, and literally in about 7 games, where you're probably gonna be right in the bench. So congratulations, Kyle Pitts. You played yourself.
You
It
mean
was
Waller?
nice.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean Darren Waller. Damn, I'm mad bad. I got Kyle Pitts in my mind. Darren
Hey,
Waller,
no,
congratulations,
I
man.
get you though. I get you. I
yeah, he
got
got potential too.
Yeah.
But
Shout out to Kelsey Plum.
yo, bro, what's going? Any last words?
So no, I'm just happy to be back on. Also happy Bobby Bonilla Day to all the New York Mets fans out there.
you.
Yeah, Darren Waller, you should have stayed retired, bro. And you know that your music is bad when it was worse than Lonzo Ball's rap career.
Mm,
Damn.
that's crazy.
Damn.
That's
You
crazy.
know it's bad when it's worse than ZO2 and that song. Oh God.
Yeah.
That's crazy. D man, any last words before we head out?
Man, I just appreciate everybody that tuned in, that watching, man. Follow your boy on TikTok. Follow us all on TikTok, man. If y'all don't already follow us on TikTok. And y'all
Yeah.
just stay tuned for the next show, man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm ready
Hey,
for
good
the
to meet
NBA.
you,
I'm ready for
bro.
football too, man. So I'm ready for football now,
Oh
right?
yeah, I'm ready for football too, for
I'm
sure.
ready for some football,
Yes,
man. I
sir.
want to see how this thing, it should be a good year for a lot of
It'll
teams.
be a good year. I'll,
Yeah.
I'll be in your neck of the woods, by the way, Brandon. I'm gonna be at the Dolphins at Charlotte game. So that's
W.
gonna be like October 5. So, but yeah, man, yeah.
Fire. Fire. But hey man, for all the people here, man, make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Till next time, we are
All
out.
right, salute, man.
Peace.